I'm so excited about this one today. I've been wanting to do it for a while, but I had honestly lost the recipe. This is a shrimp feta over rice dish that I used to make, oh my gosh, 25 years ago, a long time ago, and I had a recipe and then lost it. So recently reached out to actually my ex-husband, my son's dad, um, to see if he happened to have the recipe, and lo and behold, he was able to. He had the recipe, being the organized uh, person that he is. So, although the only thing is, I know he won't care if I say this, but his handwriting is just simply atrocious. So, there may be some winging going on, but anyway, so here's the recipe. I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but anyway, so it's a shrimp feta thing over rice. And so the first thing I'm going to do is go ahead and put the rice on, so I'll do that. But there's a lot going on here, so you have to do the rice, and then it also has plum tomatoes in it that they're much better if you peel them, so and seed them, so there's some effort there. So okay, so that's what we're doing today. The first thing that I'm going to do is get the rice on. So I use a rice cooker. I don't know that I have ever cooked rice in a pot on the stove ever in my entire life. I'm going to use the rice cooker for the rice and go ahead and get this going while I'm doing the other stuff.
Select the preferred function.
Yeah. Anyway, okay. So I'm going to go ahead and get the rice on. I'm using a rice cooker for this, and basmati rice. I'm going to put some turmeric in it to make it a little, just for color really. And when I do rice, I usually put a little bit of stock in it, either veggie stock or whatever. I use this Better Than Bouillon, no chicken base. And then I'm going to put some saffron in it too. So, all right, so let me get that going, and I'll get that going and show you how you do that. So the beauty about using a rice cooker is that you really don't have to measure a whole lot. It comes with a little, one of these little plastic cups, and depending on how many cups you're making, I'm only going to make a cup of rice. Maybe I should make two. I'm going to make two cups of rice. So, so you put the rice in. You actually measure it to, ooh. Oh goodness. Okay. So you put the rice in, and then there is a line in here that tells you how, depending on how many cups of rice you're doing, that tells you how much water to add. So I don't know if you guys can see this on the side. See, it kind of tells you how much water to add based on your cups of rice. So I'm going to do 2 cups of rice. Okay, so I've got 2 cups of rice in here. I need to rinse this. So hang on while I rinse. Okay, so I've got the rice in there, and I'm just going to add, a little bit of turmeric. Do you think this is enough? Turmeric? Probably never used that in my entire life. So this is about a teaspoon, I guess, of turmeric, and that's more for color than anything. I'm going to add some saffron. I love saffron. So this is going to be like a, I guess, a turmeric saffron rice. And that's going to be, I don't know, about just a little bit. It doesn't take very much turmeric. Saffron. Maybe a little more. Okay. So put those in. Okay. And then I'm gonna put a little bit of this better than bouillon, no chicken base in here, just to give it a little bit of flavor and salt and anyway. Okay, so sorry, I have to use my fingers. All right, so that's all in there. Alrighty. Okay, so let's see if we can figure out how to use this thing.
Select the preferred function.
Alright, we're gonna do.
This is high pressure. This is zero pressure mode.
Zero pressure.
Select
And then
zero pressure menu.
Non-pressure rice. That's what's on here. So we're gonna do non-pressure cook. There we go.
Zero pressure in the cover while cooking.
Okay. All right, so that's the rice it's on. So now the next thing that I need to prepare are the tomatoes. So it's only 4 plum tomatoes, but I think it is kind of important that you peel them. And the reason is, I don't know if you've ever noticed when you cook tomatoes, the skin kind of comes off and then you're left with like pieces of skin, tomato skin in the dish. So I've found that it's just better to peel them, although if I'm in a hurry, I don't. But okay, so we're gonna get started on the tomatoes now. So I've got some of the things here, but I'm gonna review this recipe. So all right, so it is. We'll need some olive oil, some scallions, of green bell pepper. It says a red chili. I don't like things hot, so I'm not gonna put the chili in. Oregano, parsley, pepper, the shrimp, the plum tomatoes, the feta, and a little bit of milk. And that's it. So, yeah, so there we go. All right, so I've got the scallions, the tomatoes, and everything else. Okay, all right. So scallions, not scallions, yeah. I got it. Anyway, okay, so it's got those. There's that. That's the tomatoes is probably the most difficult part of this whole thing. Okay, I don't know the order you're supposed to do this. I can't read this writing. Okay, so it says heat. Oh, okay, so you do the scallions first, which I thought. Oh, till clear. That's what that says. then you add the peppers and the oregano and the parsley and the everything. You cook that, and then you add the shrimp. When do you add the tomatoes? When do you add the tomatoes? I don't know when you add the tomatoes. Okay. So heat and add the scallions. Till clear. Add peppers, oregano, parsley, salt. Add the shrimp. This does not say when to add the tomatoes. Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay. Something cook, brown. Okay, so I'm gonna, if I recall, you add the tomatoes after everything else, but the last thing, add shrimp, 30 minutes, turn till soft, add, and then you add the shrimp close to the end, if I remember. But it doesn't actually, oh, it doesn't say when to add the cheese either. Oh, let's see, okay. Add shrimp, 30 minutes. Add tomatoes till soft. Add feta. Okay, so you do the shrimp, then you add the tomatoes, and then you add the feta. Jeez Louise. Whew. Okay. Okay. So we're going to do So here's what we got. We've got the tomatoes chopped and ready to go. I've got 1 bell pepper that I've chopped. I've got about a half a cup of parsley, and then this was 5 scallions. So, okay, so I'm gonna set up the camera so that we can see it on this stove, hopefully. Okay. Oh, and the feta, the shrimp's in the sink. Okay. That smells really good. Coffee. Shrimp in. Oh, this is coming back to me. Tender. So that's about done. Okay, so you let this cook until the tomatoes are soft, which may take a few minutes. Turn this up a little bit. I'm gonna salt it and pepper it. No, excuse my reach. And salt. What salt am I gonna use? I guess I'll use this one. Okay. Very good. All right. Okay. So this is going to cook for a little bit. That looks really yummy. Wow, that's really pretty. Okay. I'm going to let this cook for a few minutes and then be back in a minute. Okay, so this has been cooking. I think the tomatoes are pretty soft now. So I'm going to go ahead and add the feta. It's a half a pound of feta, and I'm just using this feta cheese. So I'm going to use, this is almost exactly a half pound, so I'm just going to use all of this. Let's turn this down just a little bit. About 3 teaspoons. A little more. Okay, so I'm going to let this, oh my goodness. I'm going to let this simmer for a little bit. And then we'll be ready to go. Okay, so this has been cooking for about 20 minutes. So I'm gonna, I've gone ahead and turned it off. I think it's about done. Okay, so the rice is done. The rice is perfect because I cooked it in the rice cooker because I didn't cook it. It's really very nice. Okay, so this is done. The rice is done. I am going to now plate it all up. We're gonna plate this up. So I got the rice here. Ooh, sorry about that. The rice is gorgeous. It's so beautiful. the rice and then the shrimp. You guys see that? So fabulous. That's quite yummy. Wow, that's really good. That's good. Wow, that's really good. See you guys later.